On my wedding day, my fiancé and my younger sister Rachel were caught doing the dirty in the private lounge. I immediately became a laughingstock until my childhood friend Jason Law publicly proposed to me, defending my honor. After we got married, he was the perfect husband, except for his performance in the bedroom. It was like his heart was never in it. I only managed to get pregnant after going for IVF this year. After that, he became even more protective of me. I once believed he was my sanctuary, until I overheard his conversation with his friend. "You're ruthless, Jason. Nina's so good to you. How could you swap out her egg with Rachel's just because Rachel is too afraid of the pain to give birth? The baby's due in 2 months. What do you plan to do then?" Jason was silent for a bit. Then he sighed. "I'll give Rachel the baby once it's born. It's one of her greatest wishes after all. As for Nina, I'll tell her the baby died. I'll make it up to her by staying with her for the rest of her life." So that was how it was. He only protected me so gently for her sake. I turned around and immediately made a surgery appointment. I was throwing away this filthy baby and this false marriage. "Aren't you worried Nina will discover the truth?" Jason Law was quiet for a moment before saying, "She won't find out. Are you sure? She trusts me." His tone was certain. "She won't suspect a thing if I'm the one telling her." After another short silence, his friend said, "As long as you don't regret it." Jason chuckled lightly. "I won't." So that was how it was. I stood outside the door, my nails digging into my flesh. It hurt so much, but I was going numb. I had only come here to bring him some clothes. It was getting cold, and I was worried he was not wearing enough layers. Now, however, I felt like my heart was being sliced open. A cold wind blew through my chest. I stumbled home, too exhausted to even turn on the lights. My knees buckled and I collapsed onto the couch, curled up and shivering. I felt nauseous and dizzy. Tears spilled from my eyes soundlessly, but I did not have the energy to wipe them away. The doorknob clicked. He was back. I heard the sound of his leather shoes approaching. He walked up to the couch and bent down slightly, his voice gentle and worried. "Why didn't you turn on the lights? The maid said you haven't eaten. Are you feeling sick again?" He reached out to push the hair out of my face, his eyes filled with concern. "Nina, what's the matter?" He then crouched down, putting his hand over mine. His tone was gentle. "If you don't eat, it's bad for the baby." I looked straight into his tender gaze. So love could be entirely an act. 4 years ago, my fiancé and my younger sister were caught having an affair at my wedding. My parents forced me to hand over my fiancé, saying family protected each other. They could not afford to lose face in public, so they declared that Rachel Gordon was the bride that day. Back then, Jason had publicly proposed to me. At the time, I thought he was my savior. After we got married, I stood behind him and silently supported him the whole time. I used my market acumen to help him invest and expand his business. Within a few short years, his company went from a nameless startup to one of the rising stars in the investment industry. When we went for IVF to conceive this year, everything seemed to be perfect. He hugged me and said this baby was the gift he had been looking forward to for years. His smile was so tender I could almost drown in it. Turned out it was just another trick. He was not the only one who could act. I blinked and curved my lips into a smile. "I'm fine. I'm just a little tired." My voice was soft and slightly tired, as though nothing was amiss. He heaved a sigh of relief and comforted me gently. "Okay, sleep early tonight. Why not? I could play this game before the surgery. After that, the curtains would fall on this charade." The next morning, Jason took me to a prenatal checkup. He asked questions about every little detail. Even the doctor laughed and praised him. "You have a great husband. Not many men are this responsible these days." Jason held my hand, his gaze gentle. "I've been looking forward to this baby forever. Of course I'll take good care of them." When we walked out of the consultation